Imagine waking up one morning to see your entire city frozen, powerless, and silent. You got no heat, you got no light, and there is no explanation. In the cold early morning of March 1989, over 6 million people in the Canadian province of Quebec were affected by the massive blackout. Home froze in minus 10 degrees Celsius, phones were dead, and the entire power grid was off. No one knew what just happened and what caused it. Even the scientists were baffled. But the answer came when the sun went down and the sky was lit up with a beautiful sighting of aurora, of northern lights. But this beautiful sighting wasn't only seen in Canada. It stretched all across the continent, reaching southern parts of the USA to Florida, Texas, and California. What has caused it? It was a powerful solar storm, which was an explosion from the sun that the waves hit the Earth's magnetic field, triggering one of the most intense geomagnetic storm ever recorded in history. But what happened in Spain? According to Pedro Sanchez, the Spanish Prime Minister, he said that the country has experienced a loss of 15 gigawatts of power, which is around 60% of national demand. It was in the span of only 5 seconds. Scientists claiming that this massive 15 gigawatts drop might be caused by the induced atmospheric vibration, which is also called solar flares or solar storms. This sounds dramatic and of course impact the national grid. But here's the thing. Those kinds of solar events are extremely rare in these parts of the regions. If something like that really happened, we would expect major alerts in the agencies, from the agencies like NOAA or NASA, but there was no such warnings at that time. And it's not about only science. We would also see the effects around us. For example, the strong solar storm would create auroras, just like they've seen in Quebec. If the solar storms had hit somewhere like Canada or countries like Canada or Norway, where that kind of things occur more often, it would make sense. But in Spain, with no auroras, no GPS issues, no satellites issues, and no warnings, it's pretty clear that it wasn't caused by this solar storm. But what's interesting about the blackout in Spain is that it happened at 12:15, just in the middle of the day, during the off-peak hours, when the demand for the energy is the lowest. Usually the demand is very high in the morning, where people prepare for work or when they come back from work. They cook their meals, they watch TV and charge their devices. At the same time, those solar panels that are across the Spain supplying the energy grid are in the highest supply mode, because the sun is hitting hard with the sunlight on those solar panels and supplying the power grid. We could also consider a sabotage, like somebody physically damaging cables and all the infrastructure of power plants. Something like happened in Hatton Cross near Heathrow Airport, when the entire airport was in blackout for one day. But what really happened was that it wasn't just a random power outage. It was a coordinated and sophisticated cyber attack targeting multiple power plants across Spain, and it all originated in the city of Granada, in the region of Andalusia. The attackers hacked into the power plant's databases and took advantage of vulnerabilities in their cybersecurity system. This allowed them to trigger a massive failure that rippled across the country. But who was behind it? Well, chances are this attack was backed by some of powerful groups, maybe from Russia, where there is a really high concentrations of hackers there, that they often target Europe and the bordering countries like Poland as well. We cannot also forget about China, where recently we found out that they created a cyber attack group that targets not only Europe but the US as well.